This is the Google Pixel 5, and it reminds me a lot of the Google Nexus 5 from some years ago because of the pretty bland design, but at the same time, it's a very exciting phone. Did anyone else actually own the Nexus 5? Let me know down in the comments. So I've had my Pixel 5 now for a couple of hours, not long at all. So I just wanted to share some of my first impressions about Google's new flagship smartphone. I'm Kevin from Peacock Inside Tech, and this is my first impressions video of the Pixel 5. So Google decided to go with a different strategy this year and not bring out a full-blown flagship phone like they've done in previous years. This year they decided to bring a more affordable phone out, but also try to keep the experience of the Pixels that we all know and love. The unboxing experience is pretty much the same though, with the typical Google looking box. Inside you get some manuals with the SIM ejector tool, a 18-watt charger, a USB-C to USB-C cable, a USB-C to USB-A adapter, and that's about it. So no headphones and no silicone case. This year, the Pixel only comes in one size, and it comes with the Snapdragon 765G processor, 8 GB of RAM, and 128 GB of onboard storage. And that storage is not expandable. And now the phone no longer has that glass back with the matte finish. Instead, it comes with this 100% recyclable aluminum back that's coated with this plastic-like material. It doesn't feel as premium as something with a matte glass back, but it feels more durable and really comfortable to hold. It has this light texture to it, and it makes it really easy to grip too. I kind of like it, even though I do love the look of a glass back. And this is also one of the first phones that I unboxed and didn't feel like I needed to put it in the case because it just feels so durable. The Pixel 5 also comes in two colors this year, in a just black color and this sort of sage, what I have here. They're pretty normal colors, nothing too flashy like you got last year with the orange on the Pixel 4, but I am a fan of this minimalistic design. And it's also still water and dust resistant, so you can get the phone wet and not have to worry about anything. I also like that it has this shiny, glossy looking power button. It really stands out and gives the phone a little more character. I always like how Google really put different color power buttons on their phones. It's a really fun thing to do. But what I don't like is that the volume rocker is under the power button. I really wish that the power button was under the volume rocker. It's kind of a personal preference thing, but it's just something I wanted to mention. On the front this year, you get a 6-inch OLED display with a full HD plus resolution. And yeah, sadly, no Soli sensor. They did away with that, sadly, but I'm probably the only person out there that really liked that sensor anyway. I really liked how fast and quick the face unlock was, and I also liked that it could recognize when you're getting close to the phone and just kind of wake up the always on display and show you the notifications that you have before you even pick up the phone. Face unlock has now been replaced with this fingerprint scanner on the back, and I'm not mad at that, especially in these times where it's super annoying when you're in a supermarket and trying to unlock your iPhone with a mask on. So I think this is a smart move for these times. But since Google left out the Soli sensor at the top, they could stretch the display all the way over the front of the phone. So the whole front of the phone is a display now with just a small hole punch cutout in the top left corner. And it does look better, I have to admit. And with the small bezels, it looks a lot better than the Pixel 4 did, on the front at least. The display is also 90 Hertz again this year, just like on the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL last year. So everything looks really smooth, really fast, and it just looks really nice. It's a pretty good display so far. I did wish there was an XL version because personally I'm a fan of big displays, but I guess a lot of people actually like that the phones are not getting bigger and bigger. So in the camera department this year, Google decided to keep the same 12 megapixel sensor that was in the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. And instead of a 2x optical zoom this year, you get an ultra wide camera. And I know a lot of people prefer the ultra wide camera, but I personally like the flexibility of having a zoom lens but luckily the super res zoom from Google is still here, and I think that compensates for not having a 2x zoom. And it is pretty practical to have the ultra wide, so I'm going to be testing that out a little bit more to see how the quality is, but I'm pretty sure that the image quality is going to be up there with the best of them. Google's computational photography is really good, and I don't think this is going to be an exception. The camera software has been redone as well, with new features like this portrait lighting that they have, and it just looks a little bit different, a little bit cleaner, and I like the way it looks so far. I'll be testing out the cameras a lot more, and I'll let you know more about the cameras and the features in the full review. To be honest, I was pretty worried about the performance of the Pixel because of the mid-range processor, but I have to say the 765G performs really well. Just like on the OnePlus Nord, I wouldn't even have known that it's a mid-range processor if I didn't read it on the spec sheet. Everything is just as smooth, just as snappy as it was on the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. I might even say this feels a little bit quicker. I'm not sure, maybe it's just a feeling, but I'm definitely not disappointed in the performance of this chipset so far. So these were my first impressions of the Pixel 5. Let me know what you think about this phone. Are you actually thinking about getting one? Let me know down in the comments. And like always, thanks for watching my video. Make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss the full review when I upload that, and I will see you in the next video.